Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing another foundation first impressions for you guys, and it's on the new Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint Foundation. When I was strolling through the aisles at the drugstore and I saw this, I knew I had to try it because you guys know I have dry skin, so I love hydrating foundations, especially ones from a drugstore that are more affordable. So when I saw Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint, I was like, yes, please give it to me. I've actually seen people saying that this is a dupe for the La Mer foundation, which is a super crazy expensive foundation. I think it's like over $100. I've never tried it personally, but people have said that this is a dupe for that, and this is only $15.99 from the drugstore. So yeah, we're gonna give this a try today and see how it works. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys like foundation first impressions, and be sure to subscribe to my channel before you guys leave today. It'll be the first link right down below in the description box. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started and apply. I have this one in shade Honey 85, so hopefully it works for me. Okay, so the applicator is like this, which I didn't know. I really did not like do any research on this foundation at all. I literally just went to the drugstore, saw that it was new, saw that it was for a dry skin, and was like, okay, I have to try it. So I really like this. There's a foundation from Clinique that has an applicator like this, and I remember liking it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my skin. It doesn't really apply that much product, but that's fine. I don't really know how much to use either, because I don't think this is like a full coverage foundation, because it calls it a hydrating tint, so that leads me to believe that it's not a full coverage foundation. Online it doesn't really make many claims. It does say coverage, but not like full coverage, if that makes sense. I'm just kind of painting on stripes on my face so I look like crazy. One thing that I can say right off the bat is I definitely thought this was going to be like a liquidy foundation, and it's not at all. It is actually kind of rather like thick. It's not liquidy, but I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. I'm just using the L'Oreal like little blender sponge. I've really been liking this recently. It's a good dupe for the Beauty Blender, so I'm just going to pounce that on my skin to blend it out. Okay, it's blending out nicely. It definitely looks to be not full coverage. Like, I definitely have redness, and you can definitely still see it, but that's okay. The color seems to be like all right, because obviously I'm matching the color to my neck, not to my face, so everything blends. One thing that I will definitely say, there was not a big color range at all. Like, the fact that I'm shade 85, like that seems to be pretty dark. There really was not that many colors for darker skin, to be completely honest. I think there was only 4 shades that were darker than this, at least at the place that I bought mine. I did buy mine at Bed Bath & Beyond, and yeah, there wasn't that many shades. I want to say they had like maybe 8 tops. So the shade range wasn't huge. All right, so that is what one layer looks like when it's all blended out. I'm definitely gonna have to go in with more, because this is like basically no coverage really at all. Like, I would say maybe a light coverage, but not even medium. So I'm gonna try and build it up and see how it builds, and add another layer. All right, just gonna go in and blend that out and see how it builds up. I also can definitely tell this color is not right for me. Not even like when I'm matching to my neck. It's a little too dark, it's too orange, but I'm still gonna go through with the first impressions for you guys, because the shade can always be changed, and I'm just gonna kind of judge it on the formula, but I definitely am gonna have to go back and get a lighter shade. This is too like orange and warm toned for my skin, for sure. All right, so officially starting to look like an Oompa Loompa. Hopefully with my concealer and powder, I'll be able to lighten it up a bit. And I don't really have anything like super important to do today, so my foundation color doesn't really matter. I'm gonna be home most of the day. But yeah, definitely not the right shade for me, which I feel like the shade that was lighter than this was like significantly lighter. Like, it jumped shades quite a bit. So maybe I'm gonna try and look online and see if they have more shades online than they did in store, because in store was definitely slacking, because this is like 85, and I think the shade that was lighter was like 60. Like, there's nothing between like 60 and 85, which normally there should be like at least a 70 or like a 75 or something. I don't know, but there was nothing. All right, so this is after I built it up in 2 layers. So far, to be completely honest with you guys, I'm not really that impressed. I definitely thought for a foundation that's called Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint, it would definitely feel a lot more hydrating on my skin, and to be honest, it doesn't really feel hydrating at all. It doesn't really look like hydrating or dewy or glowy, like maybe a little bit of a natural finish, but aside from that, like the L'Oreal Pro Glow, for example, in my opinion, is much more like dewy, luminous looking on the skin, more hydrating feeling. This one I don't really get that with, and the coverage is really not there either. Like, with 1 layer, it was like barely there coverage. I feel like with 2 layers now, we're kind of at like a light medium coverage. Like, I wouldn't even call this medium. So yeah, so far, to be completely honest, I don't really like it, but that can totally change throughout the day. I am gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, wear it throughout the day, and then I will check in with you guys later tonight to give you my final thoughts. I feel like with this foundation, it's really one that I have to wear throughout the day and hope that my opinion will change and it'll grow on me and I'll like it. It is now 8:46 a.m. So I'll check in with you guys later tonight and let you guys know my final thoughts on it after I've worn it throughout the day. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, which I don't think I told you, was the price. I got mine for $14.99. I have my receipt right here. I did have a 20% off coupon because I bought it at Bed Bath & Beyond and they always have those 20% off coupons. So I ended up paying $12.81 with tax. But yeah, it did retail for $14.99, which is pretty expensive, you know, especially for a drugstore foundation, like $15. But hopefully I'll end up liking it and won't feel like it was a waste of my money. So yeah, I will check in with you guys later on tonight and I'll see you then. All right, you guys, so we're about to cut this foundation review a little bit short. If you have watched my other foundation first impressions, I normally wear them till like at least 8 or 9 o'clock at night, but it is currently 5:18 p.m. and I've already formulated my decision on this foundation and I'm about to take it off my face. I do not want to wear it any longer. This foundation was a total fail for me. It absolutely did not work. I don't like it. And I kind of feel bad because I'm never here to bash products or companies and I know how much work does go into making a product and I'm sure that Neutrogena put in a ton of work to make this, but this just did not work for me, you guys. Like, no, it looks really, really bad on my skin. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so hopefully you can see a bit better. As you guys can see, it pretty much settled into all of my pores and really makes them like very visible. It also settled into my smile lines right here. Just does not look good on my skin at all. It really doesn't give me any type of dewy finish either. Like, it's definitely more of a matte finish, which is not what I expected for a foundation that's called Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning is that this foundation oxidized a ton because I told you guys originally, obviously when I was applying it, it definitely looked too dark, but then when I went in with a lighter concealer and a lighter powder, it actually, like, my face actually matched the rest of my body as soon as I did the concealer and the powder, but then throughout the day it just progressively started to oxidize more and more to make it like a lot more orange, and now it clearly does not match the rest of my body. So it certainly oxidizes. So if you do want to try this foundation out, definitely be sure to go lower with the shade, like at least 1 shade lower, because I would say it probably oxidized like at least 2 shades. But again, since there was such a small color range, it might be hard to find a color that actually works for you. Again, there was only 8 colors in the store that I went to, and then I actually ended up looking online. There's only 8 that are online as well. So there's really not a big color range in this foundation, which makes it difficult for everyone to be able to find a shade that works for them. So yeah, it just really was not what I expected. I really, really wanted to like this foundation, but I really don't. And obviously you guys know I like full coverage foundations specifically, and this certainly was not a full coverage foundation by any means. It is definitely a very light coverage, but that is why it is called a hydrating tint. But for me, like, that's not even why I don't like this foundation, because going in, I kind of figured that it wasn't gonna be full coverage, so I'm not like knocking it on the fact that it's not full coverage, and because that's what I like. What I really just didn't end up liking about this foundation was how much it oxidized, how it ended up looking on my skin, and how it really does not seem to be hydrating, moisturizing, dewy, anything to me. I don't know, like maybe if you have oily skin, it might feel hydrating. Like I honestly don't know, but to me with dry skin, this doesn't feel hydrating to me really at all. And it just ended up looking really bad on my skin. So I'm kind of just eager to take it off. I am really disappointed, like I said, because I had really high hopes for this. It was a drugstore foundation called Hydra Boost. Like, I was like, yes, this is gonna be my new fave. I did like the applicator. I think the applicator is cool. I like these kind of stick applicator things, but aside from that, I really can't say anything else positive about it. And I mean, maybe if it was like $5, I would be like, save it for a rainy day, a day where you don't care what your makeup's really gonna look like. You just wanna throw a little tint on or something, but it was $15. So for me, in my opinion, it's not worth it. I am gonna be returning mine because I don't think that I'll ever use it again. Yeah, kind of sad about it. Can't love every product. Obviously, products though do work different on different people. I did watch a few other reviews of people that did end up liking this product, as well as some that didn't, so it definitely works different for different people. I'm sorry that this was a less positive video than my normal ones, but I do like to keep it real with you guys, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this product. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel right down below before you guys leave today. Let me know in the comments as well any other foundations that you want me to try out. I would love to try them for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!